supposed to snow for a couple hours.
We'll be working through this system until it's well past us to make sure that our roads are safe for travel.
Live from our Midtown studio, 11 Alive at noon starts now.
Oh, how different it looks in just 18 hours. A soggy day at Centennial Olympic Park. This is the live view with the Skyview Atlanta Ferris wheel there in the background. This time Monday, it was blue skies and sunshine and a lot of visitors in the park. Super Bowl Live is closed right now, so pretty lonely out there. The Super Bowl experience is going to be open at 3 at the Georgia World Congress Center for football fans looking to catch some Super Bowl fun today. A live look at the airport there. Things have been moving fairly well throughout the day. We'll check in and give you an update on Delta coming up in just a little bit because they canceled about 200 flights. Today, really the focus is on weather, of course. The roads are very wet. The temperatures are dropping, and that combination could bring ice for the drive tonight and for tomorrow's morning commute. Many of you are sharing your weather pictures and videos in the 11 Live Facebook page, showing snowflakes falling earlier this morning and some covered patios with a beautiful dusting of snow. We have team coverage for you. Latasha Givens and Jerry Carnes giving us a look at the conditions right now. Plus, Doug Richards is live with how the city and state are preparing for potentially icy conditions ahead in the evening hours and also early morning hours. Let's start with Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb, who's tracking the winter weather system and the frigid temperatures behind us. Really, the temperatures are really what we've got to keep a close eye on right now, huh, Chris?
You're exactly right, because we have already had our high temperatures today. When that rain came in, we were in the 40s. We have now dropped into the 30s, but we are above freezing. As you can see, the rain has pretty much moved out of Atlanta. We still have a little bit of mist and drizzle left behind, but the main shield of rain has already pushed to the east. That's what we are expecting, that around lunchtime that will be pushing to the east. Now, I want you to know, though, even though it's not showing up on radar, we have numerous reports, like in Cobb County, over toward Powder Springs, and into the metro Atlanta area with this mist, just a few flurries mixing in with it, but it's not causing any accumulations or any problems. For the rest of the day, the back edge of this precip will continue moving to the east, and we're not going to have to worry about any additional precip falling from the sky. So the National Weather Service has canceled the winter weather advisory that was supposed to be in effect until 7 o'clock tonight. It's now only in effect for Rabun County and Habersham County. However, in its place, they have issued what is called a special weather statement because of the potential for some black ice to develop tonight. Here's a look from Dave at Lookout Mountain up in northwest Georgia of some of the accumulation that occurred there early this morning as that system moved through, and temperatures there dropped to 24 degrees really quickly. Here's a live look in Blue Ridge. Chesley was showing you this morning some of the snow that was coming down there in that area. Nothing really is accumulated in the downtown area, but we do have reports of some light accumulations outside. Now, this is the important part that we have to watch today. Do you see the blue over northwest Georgia? Before I overlay the temperatures, I want to show you this is the cold air that's diving in from the north and the west. Now, here we are in Atlanta at 38 degrees. Our temperatures this morning were in the 40s, so we're beginning that drop in those temperatures. 35 in Marietta, it's already 32 in the Dalton area. Watch through the evening hours or afternoon. We'll be above freezing here, so I'm not expecting any travel problems this afternoon. We're talking at sunset and after. That's when we get closer to the freezing mark and go below freezing, and anything that doesn't dry up has the potential to develop into ice. Stay with us. We're going to talk about how the sun could help that and how the wind could help with drying up some of the ground. We've got more on that for you coming up.
Yeah, we're going to take every element we can get. Hey, everybody, Traffic Tracker Crash Clark here with you. Now, there are a few things we're going to be concerned with, and as Chris was mentioning, probably not so much tonight. We had such an easy rush hour this morning, but take a look at this live shot right here on Cobb Parkway, underneath the bridge there. You see those puddles? It's the surface streets that we're going to have to be more concerned with. GDOT out right now. They continue to treat the roads, the brine, and they're doing a great job at it, but we have to remember the surface streets, some of the untreated areas, those are going to be rough. Remember some of the rules here. 5-second rule. Give yourself plenty of distance between you and your fellow commuter. Don't hit those brakes. Watch the bridges and overpasses and transitional ramps. Don't overcorrect. If you slide a little bit and you jerk the wheel, you're going to be in more trouble. Maybe postpone your travel until sunrise. Pay attention. Put those phones down and slow down out there, folks. We're going to be up at 4 a.m. to make sure you get through anything that may freeze. It's been a while since I've done this. Back to you, Cheryl.
Oh, I love that, Crash. Thank you so much. Snow fell over the North Georgia mountains. Winter weather arrived there first. Our 11 Live storm trackers reported snow and rain earlier this morning, and now it's all about watching that thermometer. Will it go below freezing and cause that ice that Chris and Crash are both talking about? So we continue our team coverage now with 11 Live's Latasha Givens live in Rome. Latasha, I guess, how are conditions there, and more importantly, how cold is it?
It's very cold, Cheryl. The sun is actually deceiving. Now, unlike other parts of North Georgia, Rome did not get any snow, which is a little disappointing to some of the residents here. But right now, the big concern is about the black ice. Let me show you why. Take a look at this time and temperature board. It is 33 degrees here, just 1 degree away from that freezing mark. And the roadways are still wet from all the rain they got here last night and this morning. And that is not a good combination. You can see even just a little bit of moisture as the temperature continues to drop. This can quickly turn into black ice. We spoke to a lieutenant who says they have officers on standby waiting just in case the road conditions get worse. Here's a little bit of that interview.
When I left my house this morning, it was around 51 degrees. Over the last hour and a half, I've monitored the temperature gauge, and then just in an hour and a half, it's dropped around 11 or 12 degrees. So, if the temperature keeps falling and we get more moisture, it definitely could affect the roadways, no doubt.
And again, first responders say they have crews on standby just in case those conditions get worse. But again, they're just tracking that temperature. We'll continue to bring you more updates as they become available. Live in Rome, I'm Latasha Givens, 11 Alive News.
All right, Latasha, similar story here in Metro Atlanta. It's been raining for a few hours and the temperature has changed. I left Fayetteville about 8 a.m. It was 56 degrees at my house and then 38 degrees by the time I got to Midtown. And the temperatures are going to be dropping more this afternoon. 11 Live's Jerry Carnes joins us from the Thunder Truck. Jerry, GDOT has a plan in place to continue treating the roads because of these temperatures.
They do indeed, Cheryl, and in fact, the rain is still falling. Little light rain continues to fall here as we travel I-75 southbound toward the city of Atlanta through Cobb County. Mostly the rain is gone, but you can see the roadways there. The asphalt is definitely wet from the rain and the light snow that we saw falling early this morning, and that means that the concern shifts to icy spots that we could see tonight and tomorrow. We've had rain mixed with that light snow. The roads in some places are soaked, and that could lead to black ice as the temperature drops. Take a look at some of the snow that we saw earlier this morning. We saw light flurries as we traveled I-75 in Bartow County. That was at around 9 o'clock this morning. GDOT says they'll continue to spread brine through the day today and tonight. They've treated the interstates now and are moving now their efforts now onto 4-lane state highways. The salt and water mixture will discourage black ice from forming.
We're taking everything we have as far as materials and manpower, and we're putting it to use. We'll work throughout the day. Again, evaluate tonight to see what the trouble spots are, where, whatever the storm brings us, how we need to address that. But we have all systems go, really. We've activated our statewide plan.
Natalie Dale with the Georgia Department of Transportation tells me a couple of things in their favor. The wind will help dry the roads, plus the road temperatures right now are averaging about 45 degrees, so that should also discourage black ice from forming. But when you get in those shady areas, it could definitely happen as the temperatures drop. Live in the Thunder Truck, Jerry Carnes, 11 Alive News.
Thank you, Jerry. We can always count on our 11 Live storm trackers helping us tell the story, and you've been great sharing pictures and videos all morning long. Liza Lucas is at the bridge with a look at some of the reaction. Liza?
Cheryl, they've been a huge resource this morning, starting off with Jane Sherlock, who's given us an eye of what the conditions look like in Blairsville. Look at the snow just kind of laying across her porch right there, really coating the chairs. They got a nice little dusting of several inches, it looks like, right there. She's going to keep us posted on that front. I know it was about the 30s, she told us this morning when this all unfolded, but beautiful shot overlooking her home. Another one, Blairsville, and the posts just keep coming in. Now, meanwhile, GDOT is busy up in Northwest, Dade, Walker, and a few other counties, and they said they pre-treated these roads. Some of these state roads also going to be treated with salt and gravel, but you can see the snow in those areas. And Blue Ridge, also a very popular spot on social media. Bears first snow right there. Another adorable picture. And Cheryl, this one, recognize little snow day action at your house.
Yeah, instead of bread and milk, they wanted to get baking supplies. They're baking cakes at our house today.
Adorable.
Liza, thank you. The work is far from over for state and local officials as the freezing temperatures pose that threat we've been talking about. 11 Alive's Doug Richards continues our team coverage live at the state capitol. And Doug, any reaction from the governor this morning?
Haven't heard from the governor yet. The Capitol itself is kind of eerily quiet, and it's actually also a study in contrasts. The state government is technically closed except for non-essential personnel, as the governor decreed yesterday. However, there are people here, most of them are state legislators, because state legislators apparently consider themselves essential personnel, and the House is scheduled to convene in less than an hour. So the funny thing, though, is that the Senate tried to convene at 10 o'clock this morning. It failed. There are 56 senators, only 6 of them showed up. That raised what I thought was a perfectly reasonable question when I chatted with the Senate Majority Leader afterward. Is it fair to say that maybe 50 senators viewed the Senate as being non-essential today?
You know that's a trap question. You know that's not right.
Absolutely.
You know it's not right. So let's focus on the. No, that's a terrible question. No, that's a terrible question.
All right, and I'm not going to disagree with him. It probably was a terrible question, and nobody likes a smart aleck, particularly in light of the fact that I'm here in my winter clothing to cover a weather event that clearly hasn't quite happened the way we thought it might have happened. And so there's a lot of people who are sort of feeling a little puzzled about what has gone on and what has not gone on over the last 24 hours or so. So the House convenes in less than an hour, and we'll see what happens then. Live at the Capitol, Doug Richards, 11 Alive News.
But Doug, you are an essential smart aleck at 11 Alive News. He's an essential employee too. You can track the falling temperatures by downloading the 11 Alive app. It is free, and there you can check out our interactive radar and sign up for alerts on your smartphone as well. It was an unexpected day off for thousands of Super Bowl volunteers. Our Caitlin Ross is in Centennial Olympic Park, which is looking a little lonely compared to yesterday. And a shout out to one of our 11 Alive storm trackers, Trish Peters, sharing this video of falling snow in Blairsville. That is beautiful. Keep those pictures and videos coming. If you use the hashtag Storm11, you might just see it on the air.